Hi there, and welcome to today's vlog. Now, one of the books that I use each day, kind of by way of daily devotions, is this book by Simon Gilbo. It's called Choose Life: 365 Readings for Radical Disciples. So every day there's a Bible verse and a comment, reflection, and a prayer. And one particular day this month, a passage and a reflection really stood out to me. So I thought today I'd share it. And it's to do with what does God want you and me to look like? And what's the process by which that is going to happen? Simon Gilbo talks about a verse in the book of the Old Testament prophecy, prophet Malachi chapter 3 and verse 3, which says, "He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver." So it's about the kind of analogy, and there was a group trying to tease out the significance of that verse. And it's about how God can use certain events in our lives, or allow certain events in our lives which will purify us, which will refine us, just as silver or gold may go through a refining process to remove the impurities. And there's one woman in the group that were discussing that verse who was really drawn in by that analogy, and she wanted to discover more. So she went to see a silversmith in action. And she looked at him and observed him for a while. And then she says, "Do you have to sit the whole time that the refining process is taking place?" And he said, "Yes, it's crucial, because if the time of the refining process is exceeded by even a very small degree, the silver will be damaged. So the person doing the refining has to watch it at all times." And the woman thought, well, that's good, because God is watching over us even in those painful times of refining. And God wouldn't allow us to go through that any longer than we needed to fulfill that refining. And then the woman began to walk away. And then the man said to her, "I've just got something else I need to tell you that I forgot about this refining process." And he says, he only knew that the refining process was complete when he could see his own image in the silver. So the refining process took place, and the silversmith knew that the refining process was fulfilled or complete when he could see his own image in the piece of silver. So refining sounds like a painful experience, doesn't it? But sometimes God allows us to go through certain life events, certain experiences, in order that we might be refined. And the purpose of that refining process is that we might reflect more clearly the image of God himself, or his son Jesus. In fact, St. Paul, writing to the Romans chapter 8 and verse 29, says, God has chosen them, that's those who love Jesus and follow him, has chosen them to bear the family likeness of his son. So what God longs for when he looks at my life and at your life is to see there reflected the image of his son, Jesus Christ. Isn't that a marvelous thing, a wonderful thing, a challenging thing? But, sometimes that refining process is painful and we may resist it. We say, God, I don't want this. But we need sometimes to go through that, knowing that God is working his purposes out. He's refining us. He's removing those impurities from our life so that we might more clearly reflect the image of Jesus. So Maybe some of us watching this, some of you watching this are going through that refining process. Be assured that it is for a purpose. God knows what he's doing. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening today.